for some reason, like right away, I was like, wait, this doesn't even feel like work anymore.
Yeah.
Part of the business is not only holding the trowel, not only applying, is, you know,
Right.
selling yourself,
Yeah.
selling the company,
Yeah.
you know, making people trust you, talking to people. And, you know, that's when it comes down to it, that's how they choose who they're going to go with. But now no one just, seems like no one wants to work anymore.
Yeah.
Really.
I know the guys that charging $25 square foot, doing one job in a year. I know people who is charging $6 square foot, working non-stop.
And I also think that's why it's blowing up so much, just because of Instagram, just because people can actually know about it. They see all these reels about it. They're like, oh, I want this in my house.
Week to do some small wall. In the same week, I can do miles of marmorino and get 4 times more money. Your favorite product is going to be the product that you're making more money.
So many people can apply plaster, but not everyone can create art. In your opinion, what separates an applicator from a true artisan?
I personally think that if you love doing it and you think about what you're doing and not just doing it, if you want to get better, if you want to make it your focus, if someone's just, you know, a painter and the homeowner asks them, oh, can you lime wash this wall for me? Painter's going to do it, and then he's not going to do any other kind of lime products for the next year or two. You know, is that an artisan? That's just someone that applies. He doesn't love doing it. He doesn't want to focus on doing that. He doesn't even think about what he's doing. He's just taking the brush and you're doing the same thing as he would do if he was painting. But I think you have to really just think about what you're doing, love what you're doing, and just focus on it, basically.
Right.
Focus on getting better, focus on experience, focus on wanting to better yourself with it instead of just doing it just because someone asked you to do it.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of people, you know, like the companies that show up on Instagram for 3-6 months, what I feel like is some homeowner just asks them, oh, I know you guys are painting, but do you think you can do this finish that I saw on my phone, you know, on a reel, where it's either Venetian or Palladino or any other kind of product? And they do it one time and they're like, wow, I made so much money. This was good. You know, they try to just focus on that, and then they just don't really care about what they're doing, so they just die off. So many companies I've seen just die off on Instagram.
Listen, you need to find the middle kind of, like I told you, like I don't like word artist.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't like the word worker. You need to find something on the middle, because it's really true. I'm sure you know these things. We got a couple of workers, amazing guys. I love them. Everything is good. But the main work that they did in their life, it's stucco. So they know how to apply with the trowel. But we have to be after them. They applying, I need to fix here, I need to do this, I need to do this, because they workers. I'm applying and getting the money. So in the same time, you need to have some like artist things in your job, because I mean, it's quality of the job. I mean, you can see the stucco houses outside. When you're looking on the house, it's looking okay. Get closer, you can see that it's stucco, it's applied like not so good. Inside the house, you can do job like that. So you need to be on the middle kind of.
You still have to have an artistic eye, an eye to be able to catch things and see things and correct
You can be a
mistakes.
robot, you know. I mean, I love my workers. I mean, the stucco guys, the great person, but I was saying like more like robots.
Yeah.
They just applying, that's all. I mean, here you need to like, okay, I need to move the trowel here. I can do like that. I mean, just to think a little bit. It's okay.
Like it. Okay, so this question is for you, and the next question is for you. Okay? Your family and yourself has contributed to educating countless of artisans over the years through demonstrations, training, and instructional content. What responsibility do experienced craftsmen have when it comes to sharing knowledge with the next generation?
Listen, maybe it's not going to be exactly the answer for you, but if you're talking like 25 years ago, it was generation that want to learn something, don't afraid to work hard. Then 10 years, it's become everybody influencer, IT guys. Nobody don't want to work physical. I mean, everybody think that they can make millions if they're gonna be psychologists. I mean, all these things that you can have, I don't know, million doctors, but everybody know that you can make money. Just right now, I think people slowly start to understand that you can make money, even it's hard work, if it's blue collar work. And I see more and more people that starting to work in construction and these start to make money. And I'm not kidding. I mean, sometimes they can laugh from somebody that spent, I don't know, 4 years in the college and making $60,000 a year, and another guy working like plumber or something and making $500,000.
Yeah.
It's generation, you know. You can't say everything is changing from generation to generation. I mean, our parents, they was not afraid about for work. They was working hard. We are a little bit more lazy probably, and every generation it's become more lazy, more lazy. I understand everybody want money, don't do nothing, can make money, but it's miracle, you know,
Right.
when it's happened.
So basically, like a shortcut. A lot of people in our generation or this generation is looking for a shortcut to like without having to work so hard and get to it already, right? That's what you mean.
Kind of, you know, I always was saying about myself that I'm lazy, but in the same time, I was adding I'm smart lazy. What it mean? Let's say when I was working in the audit, in the beginning, I was, let's say, doing the samples, doing the classes, doing all the computer work, building the website, a lot of things. Then we start to get the workers. Let's say we took the guy who is supposed to do the samples, but he don't know how to do the samples. So I'm doing all this what I was doing the jobs and the samples and the teaching him. Why? Because I know that after I don't know 2 months, the sample part I'm gonna give him. So I'm gonna work less. So I invest in something to be more lazy.
Right.
You got like smart lazy people and lazy people. Smart lazy, he was sitting on the couch watching the TV, and he was lazy to stand up and turn the channels. So he invite the remote control. For me, it's lazy, but it's smart lazy. But you got the people that just lazy. It's total different story.
Right.
Going back to the
Makes a lot of
question,
sense.
though, I feel like this is one of the only, trades that are so niche that you can't go to school for. The only way you're going to learn is if someone teaches you. You can try to go in, head first, try to do it yourself, take some classes, but without proper guidance for this kind of trade, it's really hard to sustain it basically when you don't have any guidance. When you have guidance, you can grow much faster than if you were just to do it by yourself for 5, 10 years. So I think it's really important, to teach people, to keep it alive, keep more jobs for everyone. So it is important to teach people how to do it properly. Don't hide your secrets. Don't hide how you do the finish. Just make it open to the world, because it's going to be better for everyone. If more people start doing this, more people are going to want it. There's going to be more work for everyone. So it is important to teach.
To add to all these things, in '94, it's first time when I was touching Venetian plaster. And in '95, we got the job. It was 150,000 square foot, Venetian plaster.
150,000 square feet.
Yes.
One job.
One job, it was huge hotel, it's like club, huge, everything, it was Venetian plaster. We was 5 people, we was working over the year. And I was always in the classes, I was saying that when we did like 10,000 square foot, I was feel like, oh, I know how to do Venetian plaster. When we did another 20, I understand that after the first 10, I didn't know nothing about Venetian plaster. And now I know how to do Venetian plaster. We did another 30,000 square foot, and I start to understand that after the 30,000 first, I didn't know Venetian plaster. And now I know. And you know what? All my life, it's still the same. Even after 20 years, when I was making the classes, yes, I got a lot knowledge. I know a lot about Venetian plaster, but sometimes I'm talking with the people and they're saying, oh, and if I'm gonna do like that, I'm like, wow, great idea, I need to try it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying, not all the time it's working, but I'm trying, I'm like, yeah, this way it's much more easy than what I was doing.
Yeah.
So it's like all your life, you just learn.
Consistently learning.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of humility to say something like what you just said, because you're known in our industry as, and I know you don't like to hear it, but you're known as one of the legends, and I will say that you are a legend in our industry. The fact that you can say that you're still learning. You hear that, guys? He's still learning, even though he's a legend in our industry. If you guys don't believe it, look him up. He's been around for a very, very long time. And
Listen, I can tell you one thing. I was always saying this to people. No, I'm not the best one. I know a lot of people that better than me. But because I was working in the audit, all the information was coming to me. Let's say you are my customer and you got problem that you need to solve. You calling me, we're trying together to solve the problem. We solve the problem, okay? Now you know how to solve this problem, And I know, but I got 1,000 customer. So I know how to solve 1,000 problem because all these customer was calling me
Right.
too. And you still be the one, even you better than me. I just, like I'm saying, I mean, application, I know a lot of people that are doing better than me, but I know more information.
Right.
This is why still people calling me and asking like, I got this problem. I go, okay, send me the picture. Let's see what's going on, how it's looking. Explain to me. A lot of things, even over the phone, we can solve. So this is the different. I mean, we are not the best, no,
Right.
but we know how to work, and we got a lot of information.
Wonderful.
There's a lot of problem solving when it comes to plaster that, you have to really think about how to solve the problem. Just because every job and every wall service is so different that you're always running into problems.
Yeah.
Kind of just like how you solve the problems.
Yeah. Problem solving. That's the main ingredient there.
Hmm.
Is being a mechanic, like we talked about today, like just if you're driving and you break down but you know how to work on your car.
Yeah, it's not
It's
really a problem
mechanics,
anymore.
being a mechanic. Your dad is definitely a mechanic, and so are you. So are you. We'll move on to the next question. And this question is for you, John. So looking back, okay, at your father's contributions to the industry, what's one of the lessons from him that still influences the way that you work today?
I think one of the biggest things is if you're having a problem, stop and think about, like what we just said, the whole problem solving thing.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the biggest takeaway things, because before, when we first started, I was thinking, if I made a little mistake or something wasn't going exactly 100% the way I wanted, start to panic. And once you start to panic, your mind starts racing, you start just freaking out, you start forgetting all the things that and you kind of you almost want to be like, oh, I can't do this, I want to drop it.
Right.
So I think it's really important to just, problem solve, take a step back. If the wall didn't come out right, you can still redo it. You might lose some time, but you're still learning something in the process.
Right.
So take a step back and think about what you did wrong. Think about what you could be doing better. So that way, in the moment next time, you know what to do. You're not freaking out and just give up. You kind of just, oh, I had this problem in the past. Okay, let me think about it. Let me not freak out. Let me just collect myself, go back to it, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah.
Keep trying. It's gonna happen. It's gonna work out too, but you got to keep trying things.
Right. Excellent.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I've
I
learned.
can add something. What I like, that what he learned, is to be sharp. It's meaning timing. Sharpen it with the timing. It's one of the things that I hated. It's somebody saying, okay, I'm gonna be 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna be there 8:55. Person is coming 9:15, 9:30. I don't know. It was acceptable 20 years ago. Today you got Google Maps, you got the I mean,
No excuse.
you can plan your trip. I mean, 5 minutes late, it's okay. Something can happen, accident. But for me, if I'm saying I'm gonna be 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be 9:55. In the beginning, he was the same. I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna pick you up 8 o'clock in the morning. Cool, I'm coming and I need to wait 15 minutes. Now he's okay. I'm coming. He already waiting for me. Let's say if I need to pick him up.
But you were a lot younger, to your defense, back then when you first started.
I mean,
So-
25 is not that young, but mentally I was much younger.
Right.
Mentally, I grew up a lot. Just being not only around my dad, him teaching me everything that he knows about life, about not just the business aspect, but just about life, and just kind of growing up alongside him. Even though, you're supposed to be old by 21, 18, but I feel like my generation, everyone's growing up a little late.
Yeah, just a little bit later.
Like the 30s is the new 20s, I think.
Right, I agree with you.
So I really think that, the 30s is the new 20s, so everyone's kind of growing up a little bit later
Yeah.
than normal, but it's also okay.
Yeah.
It's also, as long as you get there.
Yeah. And you definitely got there.
As long as you learn from your mistakes and try to grow. As long as you're trying to grow every single day, I think that's okay.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
That's super important. The industry is experiencing a tremendous amount of growth right now. What's one thing that excites you about where decorative plaster is headed? And what's one thing that concerns you?
So I think for me, I'm really excited about it blowing up, because I don't want to see paint in any house. I want everyone to have plaster. I want everyone to know about it. I want everyone that loves doing it to have work, to constantly be able to do it every single day. So I think, all throughout the past 5 years, Instagram, really taking off with the reels, the YouTube shorts, the TikToks. Now a lot of people know about it, which is exciting. Now you actually have work. Now you actually have time to get better, to have more experience. So I think what really excites me is just having, everyone know about what plaster actually is.
Right.
What concerns me is when it gets too popular, you get some bad eggs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad eggs, sadly, in this industry, and I'm sure every other industry. I'm not so in tune with all the other trades, all the other industries. You know, we focus just on plaster. A lot of times people ask me questions about either it's electricity or plumbing, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I can proudly say I don't know anything about that. I only know about plaster.
Yeah.
But, you know, you do get those bad eggs that, you know, like we talked about earlier, all the painters that think they can do plaster and then they just do it for almost cheaper than they're doing the paint just because they want to get that job. And so many of those bad eggs kind of like bring down the value of it. Because I noticed it in the beginning, before when it was only mostly serious companies that were doing it, it felt like it had a little bit more value. And once the lime wash got really popular and people are starting to do it for cheaper and anyone thinks they can pick up a trowel and do it, it almost seems like the value on our side dropped. Not like, you know, the customer, not the homeowner, not the builder. They don't really know. I mean, sometimes someone does a really crappy job and they don't even know what it's supposed to look like. So they're like, oh, it looks good. But from our side, I feel like that's my biggest concern is people driving down the value of it and, you know, making it seem like not the great thing that it really is.
It has a pros and cons, right? It has good and bad.
I still think the pros outweigh the cons, though. I'd way
Yeah.
rather have more people know about plaster than it just stay into like this tight niche thing.
I agree with
where
you.
no one knows about
I
it and
agree
only
with
certain people are doing it.
Yeah.
It's good and bad, you know.
Yeah, there is bad for sure. Because flooding the market, putting a lot of people out there, like you said, that might not know a lot about it and they're out there trying it. It does affect us. In a
I
way,
mean, just like
'cause-
with anything in the world, you know, like Ferrari or whatever, they sell a small amount of cars, you know, it has a lot of value, but, you know, someone like Honda, Toyota, the value isn't so low because everyone is just doing, everyone's getting them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, plaster is kind of like a design, you
Yeah.
know, like a designer type of thing.
Yeah, we're coming back to the me audit. I was also take care about the customers in the showroom and people coming like, oh, I got home Venetian plaster. And, oh, okay, and I want to do another room. And they start to walk in the showroom and they're like, whoa, what is this? It's Venetian plaster. They're like, so what I got home?
What do I have at home then?
I'm like, I don't know, but it's Venetian plaster. It was on the. I'm like, okay, it's applicator. What do you want?
Yeah. It's already on there. What do you want? Who did it? I don't know. Ray Charles.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, you know, the market right now, it
And
definitely needs some help.
You know,
with that.
Angel, in the same time, I'm talking the truth.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Plaster, amazing, good. I don't have even one wall in my home.
Do you plan on doing some?
No.
Really?
Really.
You know what? That's cool, man.
You know,
Yeah.
I see everyday plaster.
There's a good point though. You're around it so much, kind of like a chef. You know,
Yeah.
they come home and they just microwave something. They don't want to
Right.
cook an extravagant meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you best chef in the best restaurants. On the way home, you stopping by McDonald's,
Yeah.
buying the hamburger.
That is true. I didn't think about it like
it's
that.
it's same
Yeah.
things. I mean, but in the same time, you know, I really like when we finish the job and customer happy and I'm happy and I don't know, it's good.
Yeah, it's
it
a good
feels
feeling.
Yeah, it's a
It's
good
re-
feeling.
it's
Yeah,
just
when
a
they're
feeling.
so mesmerized by it and they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, like you're a true artist." Everyone
Yeah.
after the end of the job, most people
feels
say
good,
that.
right?
But it feels good. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
"Wow, this is insane!" Like completely changes, even if
Right. Mm-hmm.
just a wall completely changes the whole room, the whole feel of it.
Yeah.
It does feel really nice when you can make people happy like that.
Of course. It sure does, man. It's
And it's not something where it's like, you know, plumbing where it kind of, it's a standard. It needs to be done. No one's going to be like, oh my God, that toilet is installed so nice.
yeah.
You know, oh my God, that outlet, so perfect. No, you know,
Right.
it's only with our kind of.
Yeah, a
thing
lot
where-
customer and it's really making feel good. Like couple days after we finish, they say thank you, we love it, blah blah blah. They pay money, everything's good. And after like 2-3 days, they're sending, we really appreciate that you did this. It's amazing. We love it. We did. It's making it feel really
Yeah, you see
good.
them posing
You know,
in front of it
yeah,
on
it makes you
Instagram.
It's meaning like when I step out from the house, basically they can forget about me. Like, okay, done. But no, they
They still think about you.
They still think about you because every time they come downstairs, go in their kitchen.
Yeah,
go
but
in
it is
their-
kind of like, it is an art piece. Though,
It
You
is.
know, you see a painting, you're like, oh, that's a nice painting. I know who drew that. But you look at the wall, they're going to remember you forever. They're going
Always.
to know exactly who did it.
Yeah.
They're going to remember that time of you there and
Yeah.
the time they spent with you.
I love that. I love
yeah,
that
it's
about
rare,
that.
but even couple customers, they still sending me like Merry Christmas.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good feeling.
So we'll move on to the next one. If you could sit down with a young artisan or an applicator just entering into the industry, what's the one piece of advice that you would give them that could save them years of frustration?
First, I mean, like any job, patient. Like I say, I mean, if I'm after 32 years still learning something, so it's meaning like it's not gonna be like, oh, 1 week and you are the best applicator in the world. No. Second, like start with something. Let's say back days, I don't want to say right now because the Venetian, the original Venetian plaster, the shiny one, it's become really not popular. But I was saying it's most complicated product. I mean, the application like any plaster, but then you need to make the shiny, then really smooth. And I was saying, if you're gonna be feel good with the Venetian plaster, any another plaster is gonna be a piece of cake.
I think a lot of that has to do with like the application side. When you're starting out and you kind of just want to like grow, want to not spend time on mistakes. I think just not only experience is the only thing that's going to save you. It's the only thing that's going to help you. You can't, without experience, you're going to make mistakes. It's a given. You can't
Right.
you can't get away from mistakes. You're going to make them. But if you can learn from your mistakes, which is really important, and a lot of people, they keep making the same mistakes until eventually they get it. But the first time you make a mistake, try not to make it again. Organization, I think, is a really, really big important part because every job needs to be organized properly. If it's not organized properly, you're going to spend so many times either like reapplying something or, not doing it properly, or you're going to spend so much time just losing time basically if you don't organize the project properly. A job that could be done in a week, if it's not organized properly, it could take a month. So I think
Easy.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
easy.
thinking about what you're doing, like we talked about earlier, really thinking and planning everything out. And that's only going to come with experience. You have to just get into it. You have to just try,
Yeah.
You have to do it. You have to do a job. You have to do a wall. You can practice on your own wall, but realize the different things that you need to be doing throughout the process and plan beforehand, which you're never going to do on your first job. Not the
Right.
second, not the third, maybe the
It takes
10th.
time. It takes time. for
Yeah.
that.
Maybe after 10,000 square feet, you'll learn a little bit, but you're going to just keep learning and learning, and don't be afraid to learn too.
Right.
Don't think you're the best. And if someone tries to tell you a certain way to do something that they do, that they like to do, just try it out and see if you like it,
Yeah, I like that. Move on to the next question. So at Limeburn, we talk a lot about preserving ancient traditions. And so while continuing to push the craft forward, how do you personally balance tradition with innovation?
There's not really much innovation in this, in the trade. The same trowel and the same application method has been passed down for hundreds, thousands of years. So there is innovation in, new materials, new trowels, new spatulas, but it's still the same exact thing as it kind of was. We were talking about it earlier. Like if you, filmed a YouTube reel of someone doing plaster 1,000 years ago, you could probably pass it off as it was done yesterday. Put some nice clothes on the person or whatever, but still almost the same exact thing as it once was.
Listen, I think it's really good things that we don't have the technology or innovation, and probably it's not gonna be because we're gonna have the job all the time.
Yeah, you
I
don't
mean,
want it to be
some
too
computer guy can lose the job because I don't know AI or in other things.
Right.
But everything what you're doing with the hands
Yeah.
It's gonna stay like that.
Yeah.
to build the houses. I mean, people still gonna be build the houses, and people got the work, and I don't know the plumber, and it's jobs forever.
Right.
To be engineer today, I don't know. My wife, she finished the college of the computer, but it was in '89 when the computer was probably maybe you don't know even. It's called perfocard. It was piece of like that you put in some special box and it's making in the monitor. It was like that. So she finished and couple years become Windows and all this what she was learning, it's gone.
Right.
Our job, it's forever.
It's been around for a long time. And
1,000 years people was doing the
Yeah.
plaster. Now they're still doing the plaster. Everything by hand. It's not.
I've seen some guys use, well, because of, it's spec'd out for it, where they'll use like projectors and they'll project an image on the wall. They'll do a few coats of different products, and then they'll project an image, and they'll come in and then chip it out. And
Yeah,
so,
but it's
yeah,
a little bit
just
total different things.
right.
It's already
innovation.
yes, it's
Yeah.
already art.
Right,
It's
it's a-
already art type of I don't know, picture, whatever. Agree with you. But simple work. I mean, plaster is plaster.
Right. Yeah. Plaster's plaster, and it's been around for thousands of years. Yeah. Honestly, it
It's-
doesn't even need to change.
Yeah, no,
doesn't.
yeah.
No,
It's listen. What you saying like projector and everything. It's kind of like I was saying cheap version of artist because the artist
Is
when
gonna do it by hand.
they painting they got their vision and everything. Here it's projecting like you following the yes it's still art but it's kind of lazy art, you know. Our job, it's our job. It's gonna be forever.
Yeah, love it. 20 years from now, when people look back on your career and your family's contribution to decorative plaster, what do you hope they'll say and the legacy that you helped build?
You know, like when we were doing the sushi samba restaurant, all the top guys are saying, you know, you guys are our favorite trade. You guys, you know, told me you're the star student of like all our meetings of the whole project. It's a good vision. It's a good like I want to be known forever, but you know, once I'm gone, once whatever you know happens, no one's really gonna remember it. But I want people to know that like, yeah, these guys are the best. Not the best work, but just the best people. You know, they're a really solid company. We love them basically. We love everything about them. Not like I said, not the quality of the work. Quality of the work is already going to be good, but just to be known as like, yeah, these guys are the best. This is who you want to do your plaster.
Yeah, likable people. You guys
Exactly.
are. You guys are very likable people.
Me personal, sorry, I don't have ambition. I'm not really care that somebody are gonna remember me or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not my ego. I want right now to be good with the people.
Yeah, it's
And
important to live
if
in
the
the moment.
people kind of want to keep the relationship, everything is good. But I'm not really care about 20 years from now who gonna remember me or whatever. Yeah, it's not my ambition.
Right.
If it was, maybe I was president, you know, or something. But I decided I'm gonna be plaster guy.
Which is important. And we're glad that you did. We're glad that you did. I came up with this idea to create an arena called the Lime Burn Arena where we invite applicators and artisans from everywhere that want to compete and be a part like of a community where we get together and we do different types of finishes, you know, finishes that we can do in 2 days. You know, one day we do one type of finish and then maybe have designers there to pick out the sample boards or, you know, have sample boards already pre-selected and then the artisan has to match the sample board, you know. Or on the next day we can have, you know, materials where let's say either Mejored or even a different manufacturer can jump in and be a part of it and be able to have material there, right? And maybe different waxes, different maybe Marbarino, some Lamundo, you know, different products, right? And then let the artisan pick whatever he wants. He has like a certain amount of time, pick whatever he wants, and then goes and creates something.
Yeah, like a
You know?
competition game.
Yeah,
show.
like a competition game show kind of thing.
Really gonna be hard to organize. Just because I was inside all these, not on the side of the applicator, I'm more was involved on the classes and all these things. It's more like girls. They have really a good connection. I was visiting almost every decorative show. It's not just plaster, it's everything about decoration. And it's like 50 women, and I was saying like 20 guys, that they always was organizing something and was never work. They invite me like 5 times, and every time it's like cancel or
It was
something.
just messy.
You know, in the beginning, what I said to Jan, we can blow up Instagram, right? But we got only 12,000 that I feel like 75% contractor, designers, architect. So it's really hard to organize because to screw up, it's
Very
really
easy.
easy.
Yeah.
Really easy. It's meaning like if you're gonna do this, what they're gonna say right now in the beginning, probably it's not gonna work because you need kind of to have the name already. But let's say Meodet, what doing right now, and we was talking, paying money in the front, and then we're gonna do the class. The idea, cool.
What do you think?
I guess I think it's gonna be really hard to organize. If you can't, I mean, you're not the first person to like have. I'm not specifically for plaster, but this
Right.
type of deal. You know, they have like the great bake off. You know, make people come in, make cookies or something. But to execute it, make sure everything goes to plan is gonna be hard. But
Right.
if it does work out, it's gonna be crazy amazing.
I'm gonna give you like first step.
Please.
If you want to do something, start with a small area around you, right? And try to organize fun day, barbecue. Let's talk people. You know, all these artists, they're gonna come. Not competition, not nothing. I mean, like camping day. Or I don't know if you got some lake or wherever. Start to talk. Start to make community grow a little bit. You know, so people like want to come. You know, when you're gonna start and it's gonna grow a little bit, invite some like farmers, you know, booths that they're gonna sell. I mean, the truck with the tacos gonna come, barbecue, this one. If you're gonna make this community, then it's gonna be much more easy to organize everything.
I really, really appreciate this advice because that's really good advice. I think I'm gonna do something like
Why don't you do like a practice run?
that. Yeah, we are. You know what, we are, because
I think that's important.
I'm sure, I mean, everybody friendly. I mean, they want to come, they want to spend. I mean, it's not every day. One weekend to come, enjoy. I mean, come with your family, wherever. You can build some community of the Plaster guys.
that's what we're trying to do. That's exactly what we're trying to do. with
But
this platform.
what you trying to say to me, you from here, you try to jump here.
Yeah,
Well, you got steps on the middle
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you need to
there is.
make to get here.
there is some steps in the middle, and we got a short period of time to get there.
And
We're-
put cameras. Hey, we
Yeah.
did it. Post on the YouTube. In the 2 months, you want to make another kind of like meeting like that because the people was saw your YouTube and the reels on the Instagram and everything. More people gonna come.
yeah.
And, you know, like no matter what you do, usually the first time there's always so many hiccups. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think a practice run will really just, you know,
We're-
perfect all
Thi-
those things.
What we're gonna do in March is gonna be the practice run.
Oh, so that's gonna be the practice
Yeah,
run.
we already got a couple like roach coaches set up. The arena, what we spoke about today, it's an area where
We're
it's like
still
a
filming?
concrete area. It's up a little high, so everybody who could be sitting inside can be looking down. Essentially.
I mean, yeah, I mean
didn't
that
know
can
that.
be the practice run. It's
Yeah,
not like
that-
it's a one and done deal
Right,
anyway.
exactly.
It could be like every like few months you have like this little
or
thing
even
to
if
get
we
going.
just do it once and then we see how it plays out, and then we'll go from there on the next one. I
Yeah,
don't know,
exactly.
But I think it'll be something very fun for all
Very
of us.
different, too.
Yeah, like your dad was saying, have food. I love that idea.
And just make it more about the community.
Right. It'll be in March. We're gonna try to do it in March. We wanna get it done. We're gonna get it done.
In
We're gonna get
March?
it done. In
Next
March.
year, yeah.
Next year, March. 9 months from now. So that's why I'm thinking we're gonna have enough time to build it up, to come up with a good game plan. I know that we talked about having food trucks there. So the contract that we have includes 2 food trucks. We've been working on it, so it's getting set up.
It's gonna be a
It's just-
fun mess at first.
It's gonna be a fun mess up, bro. It's gonna be a mess, bro. But
It's gonna be a complete mess, but it'll be
It's
fun,
gonna be
you know.
fun, dude. And Meoded already said that they would donate some material, which is awesome because I want to use some of their product there, and put it out there. You know what I mean? We're also gonna invite a few other manufacturers to see if if they're gonna be.
we'll
interested.
definitely come.
Yeah, I would love for you guys to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there, man. Yeah, and
Get to see
who
your
knows,
stomping
maybe
grounds.
you could even jump into the arena, bro.
Maybe we'll see. We'll never
Dude,
know.
it would be like nostalgic, dude. Like
Yeah.
straight up, bro. Seriously.
Why not though?
Yeah,
not? Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, you never know, dude. You got 9 months. You got 9 months, bro. All right?
We'll come.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Thank you, Jan. Dude, thank you so much, bro.
Thank you for coming, Angel. I'm glad
guys.
we're friends now.
Yeah, me too, dude. Me
And,
too.
you're the
Thank
man.
you, Vladimir. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you so much.
It was nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. We're very grateful to you.